We will rise up against politicians who are importing killers into our land.
Madam, join my police. Nigeria
conducted election in Anambra State. Umahi is the chairman of the Governors Forum in the Southeast. So he has access to privileged information. And he said there are a lot of things they are doing that he cannot say public. So they have a lot of information, and he has come to give us one of the information. And one of the information is that politicians have imported killers into our land in the name of Nigeria election. And you want us as
there must be a referendum to decide the quest for.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from here, wherever you're watching from. I have just come to give you some update on the broadcast of today. You are watching live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 1, live and direct on YouTube, live and direct on other social media platforms. This evening, we will be having what I call a bombshell broadcast exposition on so many issues and so many things happening in the struggle, and at the same time, the issue of the military invasion of Biafra land. This is a broadcast you must not miss. This evening, we are also going to expose the incompetence of the Attorney General of the Federation. We are also going to tell you that the Fulani do not respect your law, neither do they know what is law. We are also going to educate you this evening on what is to come. We are going to warn and raise a very high security alarm to all Biafrans traveling through Kenya or traveling by Kenya Airways. Before this evening broadcast, let me make it very categorically clear that any Biafrans henceforth traveling and boarding Kenya Airways, you are risking your own life. And if we give time, which we know that before in the next 2 weeks, this announcement should go to every Biafran. If you board Kenya Airways going to Nigeria, if you board Kenya Airways going to any part of Africa, and you transit in Kenya, you are a dead man. So we are calling on all Biafrans. If you know you have Biafra name, you are using zoo passport, from today, and even to those who may have purchased their ticket, if your flight is going through Kenya, cancel it. On no account, on no circumstances must you travel through Kenya. The information reaching us is that in Kenya, they are abducting people who are traveling through Kenya to Nigeria. And this abduction have been confirmed. And on this note, this is an announcement that you must take into consideration. For those people whose their brothers and sisters or relatives are traveling or have been said to have been traveling for a few weeks now, and you didn't hear from them. If any of your sisters, any of your brothers were traveling or said to have embarked on travel, and they have boarded Kenya Airways or they have transited through Kenya, and you didn't hear from them, we are calling you to come forward. We are calling you to come forward, make official report, because we need to have those facts. If your brother or your sister or anybody who is a Biafran or who are Biafran, if they have embarked on a journey and they are to transit in Kenya, and all of a sudden you didn't hear from them, and all of a sudden you did not hear anything anymore, you lose contact, we are calling you to come forward. Come forward and send their details to us. Very, very important. We still maintain no election in Biafra land. This evening, I am going to confirm to you why election is not going to take place in Anambra. No Biafra election. No election will take place in Biafra land starting from Anambra State. This evening, I am going to tell you, expose to you exactly how this election will not take place. And there is no going back. There is no going back. The release of our leader is number one in the list. Unconditional release. The time we give the Nigeria state to transfer our leader from the DSS dungeon to a correctional center is over. We no longer advocate for transfer of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from a DSS dungeon to a correctional center. We are demanding unconditional release because all other conditions given have been defied. The military invasion of Biafra land, the killings going on, systematic annihilation of Biafra people. On this note, let it be on record that we no longer demand the transfer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from dungeon of the DSS to the correctional center. That demand is no longer valid. What we demand now is unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the Nigeria government will see his return back to the United Kingdom. This evening, we are going to make this point, analyze them, and give you grounds and reasons for that. So, going forward, there will be no demand for transfer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the dungeon to correctional center. We know that our attorneys are doing that. We know that they are following the legal procedures. We know that they are following the laws, and those relevant application has been filed for his transfer from the DSS dungeon to the correctional center. We are not demanding that anymore. Our lawyer can continue with that demand from now on. Any actions the Biafrans are taking, whatever we do, the demand is unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We have seen also the humiliation of other Biafrans, including an elderly woman who appeared in a Biafran flag regalia. We've seen the humiliation of Chiwetalagu, who probably is still in the dungeon of DSS after being abducted from the 2 Division Enugu. And on this note, we have also seen and we are watching Gumi parading himself as a terrorist and as a bandit, negotiating for bandit. And Nigeria government, through body languages and actions, have made it very clear that they support and sponsor these terrorists, including those who have come to murder us in our land. So on this note, this evening, tell everybody, inform everyone that some of the points I raised here will be addressed. And the most importantly is that the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is no longer about transferring him from the DSS to the correctional center. The game have changed. It is now an unconditional release, no more, no less. And on this note, I urge you to watch this evening broadcast, as it is going to be a very big, explosive, and bombshell. Don't miss it. And let me maintain, I know the date Biafra will come. Let me say it again. I know the date the Confederation of Biafra will come. Thank you and see you in the evening.